Hello and welcome back, and I'm still here in the studio with the infamous and the wonderful Danielle Brown from First for Help. So today we're going to talk about the services that she offers within event management and planning. So Danielle, welcome back. It's lovely to have you. I want to talk about this because administration, people know that, right? They get it, okay. But event management and planning, that's just such an open ethos, right? Of like, it could just mean anything. Like, what is an event? First off, let's talk about what is an event. And then let's talk about what events that you do and how you can kind of help them. But let's just talk about those services so people can get an understanding of, all right, yeah, I want to do that. That's the event I want to run. So let's talk a little bit about it. So first off, what is an event? What does the word event mean? Good question.
Yeah,
that
is a good question. What does an event mean? There's loads of different types of events. So
I'll put people on the spot. This is how I roll. But the question I think is that I'm trying to get across is like, it's not just a massive award ceremony. It could be
it could be anything. So exactly. An event, it could be like you say, an award ceremony. It could be a conference. It could be a sporting event. It could be team bonding event that you go to. It could be a family get together where you go away. Arranging for a load of you to go away somewhere.
A family event. I wouldn't even go there. Like I couldn't think of anything worse than getting like a load of your family in one place. It would just sound like carnage for me. So you're a braver girl than I am, right? My family are a nightmare to try and organise. Actually, probably would be better off if I just employed someone else thinking about it, let them deal with it. Okay, but so all of those events you're talking about are events where you bring people to a set location.
Yeah.
But what about if I'm a really good example of this. So I'm a motivational speaker. I do talks now all over the world, right? Mm-hmm. But now we're talking about getting me from a single place to the destination. Is this something that you can work with as well?
Yeah, definitely. Because it does, if you're going to a certain place, you will need your travel. How you're going to get there, you need your accommodation. And then obviously, if you're going to do a talk, then you will need to make sure that you know where you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to be doing, that type of thing.
The brief, mm-hmm. And to be honest with you, like I've got an agent that kind of does this for me.
Yeah.
And it's the best money ever spent because I don't have to sit down and think about, any of the important stuff. I just have to rock up and do what I do best.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to manage myself, which I'm not very good at. So, so I don't have to do the stuff I'm not very good at. And that's where you come in.
Yeah.
Where you can help and support those people to do that. So let's talk a little bit about some of the events that you work on. Let's touch on that. So I know you've touched on sporting events. I know you've touched on conferences, away days. Talk to us a little bit about that. What's an away day?
An away day. So it depends what you're going for. So you can go for a away day for loads of different things. So whether you're going to attend a conference or stay over, for work purposes. It could be if you want to do like team bonding events. So you go away, you're going to go away for a day or a couple of days to do team bonding, anything like that, really.
Because that could involve like a whole group of people, right? Like
mm-hmm.
When you talk about team bonding, some teams are 30 people, some teams are 300 people,
yeah,
right? And that takes a lot of management, but also takes a lot of time.
Definitely.
For an individual to be able to do that and to liaise with all the rest of the stuff. I mean, you always need someone in the organization that you can liaise with.
Yes.
But so that you grasp what you're doing. But these events, it's about all the other stuff. Like, it's not just, I need to employ someone to do entertainment or to run a disco. You've got to speak to 3 or 4 people first. Mm-hmm. But you already know these people. So you haven't got to do that, have you? You can go, right, what type of disco do you want? I've got the perfect guy. Because you've worked with Bill before, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely.
So we've got, so away days. What about what about team bonding events? What are they? I hate the term team bonding events, but it's actually the thing, right? What does that involve?
Well, it involves, it depends on what type of team bonding you want to do. So you could do team bonding where you go out and do an activity for the day. So say like, I don't know, there's like muddy salt courses, that type of thing. Or you could just have, if you didn't want to do anything that was physical, you have like team bonding where you go to, you hire out a room and you go there and you've got different activities where they can work together and work together and basically team bond, so it doesn't have to necessarily be an activity. It could be just like, obviously if you're not able, if you've got people that are not able to be able to do that type of thing, you work it so that they sat in a room together and they're doing activities.
Inclusion,
so that they don't necessarily have to get up and move around, but they're working together. And
what was that game show where you used to have to do like all the big puzzles and they used to have the teams? Remember that when we were kids? Back in the day. But you could do all that sort of stuff as well. So it's like mind games, and it's about getting people to think and to work as a team to achieve an end goal. And these have massive values for companies, right? So let's talk about sporting events. Game days. Do you arrange them?
Yeah, we can do. Arrange game days. That's fine. No problem. We can help with things like that. So, if you want to set up like a tournament or something like that, we can help with tournaments, because there's a lot that goes into a tournament. For instance, like if you were setting up a basketball tournament, you would need the venue, you would need somewhere where people can sign up to enter the tournament. You'd need the officials, you would need sounding if you can have music and that type of thing. There's quite a lot, obviously, and then you need people who are going to help out on the day. You need the balls, there's a lot to bring together for a tournament.
Yeah, the actual equipment, and also things that people don't always think about, like security teams. And do you need female security guys? Do you need male security guys? Do you need a mix of the two? And that's massive now because it's like a massive legal requirement. Risk assessments. You need risk assessments. Fire risk assessment, all of this sort of stuff. Has the venue got all of this? You can't just go hire a church hall and hope for the best, right?
Definitely.
All of this takes time, all of this takes planning, all of this takes knowledge, and that's what people are paying for when they have these services off you. So where were we? I'm lost now. So we've got sporting events, conferences, away days, team bonding. I hate that term. I hate team bonding. What about like conferences and exhibitions? Talk to us a little bit about that. Those are services that you also offer.
So we can help if you're going to host an exhibition.
I get this. This is saying that it's my fault.
So if you wanted to set up an
exhibition,
there's a lot that goes into that because you're literally going to be coordinating with loads of different, like say it was a business one, loads of different businesses, making sure that they've got everything, making sure you've got their information so you can advertise them. You need to have the venue where you're going to hold it as well. So there's a lot if you're actually hosting one. It's the same as if you just go into one. You've still got to coordinate with the person who is hosting the event to enter, make sure that they've got all your information, know what size stand you want, what you need, if you need any if you want to take any chairs, that type of thing. So if you might want to hire them, and then if it's away, you're going to need your travel, your accommodation. So there's a lot that goes in just to do that as well, that we can help out with to save.
Something else that I know that you can also do as well is the lead generation as well. So you work with companies and organizations that can help with the lead generation as well. And that's massive, right? So people organize these events and they've put very little effort into the actual selling of the event, right?
That's it, definitely.
But there's teams out there that I know you work with that can promote that and kind of push and sell the ticket. There's a cost to it, like everything, but 80% of something is better than 100% of nothing. And that's how this kind of lead generation, ticket sales, box office type things work. And I know also with our collaboration through Scene Bound, you can also manage the box office as well, which is brilliant. And not many event planning organizations have that control, and you do. So that's fab as well. Okay, so I mean, we're covering there's loads of different events. So we've covered the big ones, right? What about the more smaller company, the smaller events, the events that sort of online events, maybe one-man band events. Do you do that? Is that something you can help and assist with?
Yeah, definitely. I've helped out with training events before in the past, which has been online. Just so that we help out really with we can help out with the technical side of things. So you're free then to present whatever you're doing at the time, whether it's training, whether it's a meeting to bring everyone together. You can concentrate on that side of things, and then if anything does go wrong, we're there in the background to help out with that. Like obviously we can set up the systems for you, we'll help with the bookings, help them make sure people are getting online, that type of thing. So it doesn't have to be large events. It could be small events as well. Perhaps you just haven't got the time to bring, because they do events. They take a lot of your time when you're planning them. It doesn't matter how big or how small, there's a lot that goes into them, whether even if it's just like, a networking meeting, if you're all going to meet.
I was just about to say that. So one of the things that Danielle does do is she works with us as Senior Balance as part of our event coordinator for the Bristol group, the Get Connected Bristol group, and you work alongside Louise McMillan.
Yeah.
And literally Danielle's job is to go onto the network, open up the room, manage the attendance coming in, which is a job in itself, manage any comments that goes into the chat box, and also arrange the breakout rooms, which again, if you're a bit techie phobic, that is a massive role. And we've got people that say, I'll host, but I'm not doing the tech. And then we've got people that say, I'll do the tech, but I won't host. You're definitely one of those people. You're great behind the scenes, great to manage it. And you've got it there, and it's open, and it's available, and you can run it, and you know how to do it. And you've got a lot of experience in that. And that is what people really buy. And it doesn't cost a lot of money to bring you in. But you know what? When it goes wrong, that's where you got someone like Danielle there. Am I right?
Yeah.
To kind of do it.
And that's another thing with event management and planning. Like, you've got to look at the contingency side of things, So if I don't know, if your speakers didn't work, what's your backup plan? That type of thing. If something happened to the venue, what's your backup plan? Because there's loads of things that can go wrong with the event, and we can help out on the days of your actual event. So you're making sure that everything comes together, and if there's any problems, we're there to help out to sort it out. So you're stress free, so you can enjoy your event or present or do whatever you're doing on the day.
And you've always got people like me in the background who's always happy to jump in last minute to help out with things as well. So that's great. I do want to talk very quickly about one last thing. I know the show's gone over, but we're talking about online events. So one of the things that you offer is the option of people to utilize your Zoom account so that they can save. Because some people will run an event, but they won't necessarily want a whole Zoom account for it. A whole year's memberships, they probably never ever use it other than that event. But you can help out as well. So you can assist with that, where you're managing the link. You're doing everything on the day. You're making sure you've got access to everybody's details. So you're making sure that they've got the links and that they're online. You're there in the background. So you've got all the settings in place and everything else. It is literally trouble-free. Even the host just has to turn up, right?
That's it. It's the same if you just wanted to do an online meeting. If you've got a lot of people attending for an online meeting, and you've got people, you've got a list of people that are supposed to be there. We can be there on the background, phoning the people who haven't shown up, so you can continue, so it's not holding you up, and that type of things as well.
Perfect. And that's a great way to leave it. So don't go anywhere, don't go too far away. We will be back with the lovely Danielle talking more about what First for Help actually does when they are planning and organizing and arranging events. So stay tuned, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Goodbye.